Yeah, I was looking to buy some Silver Eagles. Do you guys sell those?
Yeah, we do.
What do you sell them for today?
Right now they'd be $71 a piece.
71. So spots around 60, right?
Yes.
Do you have any?
60, 58.
What about something cheaper? You guys like have silver rounds?
Yes, so the rounds, the Eagles are the most expensive.
Right.
Because they carry the higher premium. But all rounds, generic and government, I'd sell at 65 right now.
So with silver hanging out around the high 50s and low 60s right now, we are hearing from many dealers that buyers are starting to come back in, especially big buyers.
It dropped into the 50s. That spurred them to buy more silver. So we had several large sales this last week too. It was a very, very busy week.
Okay, so the buyers are coming back in, and that is great, but here's the question: what are they actually paying? Because if you walk into a coin shop today and silver's $59 an ounce, you're not going to get silver for $59. You are going to have to pay above spot. And the question is, how much above spot do you really have to pay right now for things like Silver Eagles and silver rounds? Well, you just heard that first coin shop, but I actually called many more across the country and got the real numbers, and we're even going to compare them to online dealers. So let's get into it. My channel is sponsored by SDBullion.com. New customers can get gold or silver on their first order at spot by going to SDBullion.com/new. Yeah, do you guys have any Silver Eagles for sale?
We do, yes.
What do they go for today? I saw spots up over 60. What's it at actually?
Spot's a little over $60, and let me just look up my price real quick. So the Eagles, I'm $8 over, so you're a little over $68 plus tax.
Okay. Are rounds any cheaper? Like just like the Buffaloes?
Yeah, the rounds are $4 cheaper, so they're 64 plus tax.
Okay, so that was 2 shops, but I actually called 7 today, and I want to show you those numbers right now. So as you can see, we have all 7 shops right here. We have what they were selling them for over spot. We have the percentage that I did the math on myself, and we have spot prices. And I want to start by looking at this first shop right here. Now, listen. This shop I did not actually have to call. The other 6 I did call. This shop is one that's actually pretty local to me. They advertise their sell prices online and their buy prices, and you can just refresh the spreadsheet. It updates every time you refresh the page with current spot. So you can see they are 310 over and 175. That is representing only 5% for Eagles, 2.9% for rounds. That is really solid. Now, if you notice, I did put the spot prices here on all of these. If the shop did not actually tell me what the exact spot price was, I just looked at my website at StackHeavy and got the new spot price. But you can see like the first shop that we heard in the call today was 60.58. They said that to me directly. But anyway, taking a look at this 310, there's nothing anywhere close to this. It's not even close. Like the next closest shop, and we had 2 of them, was almost double. 310 and then 6. We had 2 at 6. We had 2 at 8. And then we had 2 at over $10 an ounce or more above spot price. And then looking at silver rounds, you can see no one was really close to that either. They were at 175, but we had +3 once, so that was the closest. We had 3 shops at +4, and then 442 and 5. So the whole point of the story here for this part of the video is that, this shop was really good, but most shops aren't like that. Most shops are much higher than that. And, it's always best to shop around. Now, I know charts can be boring, so I want to show you a real physical representation with real silver here. I want to give you this visual of what shopping around actually means and how important it is to do so. So let's say theoretically silver is right at $60 an ounce when I walk through a coin shop. So these 40 Silver Eagles right here theoretically would be $2,400, right? 60 times 40 is $2,400. These 40 generic silver rounds right here theoretically would be $2,400. However, the reality is significantly different. So let me show you this. If we were to walk into the best shop that we did today with the local dealers, and they offered us Silver Eagles like they showed for $3.10 an ounce over spot, with spot at 60, that's $63.10 per ounce. That means that with $2,400, instead of getting 40 Silver Eagles, I actually have to take 2 away. I'm only getting 38. I'm actually losing out on 2 full ounces of silver. And that seems like a big deal. And by the way, that would come out to around $23.97. So you would get 38 ounces of silver, have a couple of bucks left. Fine, that is what it is. But if you were to walk into the worst shop of the ones that we talked to today, we would not have to take 2 away. We would actually have to take 3, 4, 5, 6. You would actually only get 34 ounces of silver instead of 40, and it would cost you $2,394, meaning you would have $6 left. You could go get yourself a drink and a snack, whatever. But that's it. You would actually lose out on 6 ounces of silver instead of 2, meaning the best versus the worst shop was 4 ounces of silver different. Wow. And let's take a look at silver rounds. Silver rounds, kind of the same deal, although not as bad. So $3,400 or $2,400 for silver rounds. In that best shop, we would actually not get 40, but we would only get 39 ounces of silver rounds. And just so you know, that would actually cost us $24.08. So we'd have to take a couple extra bucks out of our pocket. For $24.08, we would get 39 silver rounds from the best shop. However, from the worst shop, we would again have to take away 2 more ounces. So the difference between the best and the worst shop is 2 more ounces of silver. 37 ounces of silver at the worst shop that we called today locally would be $24.05 instead of $2,400 for 40. Okay, so that was local dealers, but how does that compare to the online dealers? Because here's the thing, not everyone lives in an area that has a bunch of coin shops around them where they can shop around. Not everyone has a good coin shop near them. Some people don't have any at all. You know, I got this comment on my video the other day of someone who said that his local coin shop charges $20 an ounce over spot for silver eagles. This was just 2 days ago. This was posted, by the way, and they are paying like $5 or $6 back of spot. So what if you have a shop like that with ridiculous spreads and premiums? What do? Well, a lot of people go to the online dealers because with online dealers, you can shop around from pretty much anywhere in the US. So let's find out how they compare. And we can find that out by using my premium tracker at my website, StackHeavy.com. So this is one of the many tools on my website that are 100% free. Go check them out. But it actually tracks the average premium across a number of different online dealers. It's not every one of them, but it is a large number of them. And if we take a look at what's going on here, you can see when it collected the last data, spot price was $60.32. And using that and what their premiums were, the average premium was 13.7% for Silver Eagles. Now that is actually higher than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the local dealers. But if you take a look at the median, so like that middle of the road number, you can see that that is actually considerably lower at 1062. And now you are much more in line with 2 of the 3 dealers that were lower. And then if you look at the low premium, 9.5%, it was actually lower than all dealers except for that really good shop number 1. You can see that was $5.72 an ounce over spot. That was the low premium of all the dealers today. But the high, look at the high. The high was 23.5%. That is $14.15 an ounce over spot, which is why very recently, it was only like 8-9 days ago, I started collecting median data alongside premiums. That way it kind of gives you a number without those crazy outliers. But yeah, take a look at this. And if we go down here, we can actually, if we just zoom into 1 week, you can see that median chart. You can actually overlay spot price. And you can actually see what's going on. This is spot price, the green line. This is what your average premium is over spot. You can look at dollar amount over spot as well. So you can see if spot price goes down, you can see the premiums going up. You get the idea. The average price it overlays with as well. So very good data if you're looking to see what's going on with premiums. Let's turn those off and look at generic rounds though. Compare these to what we see with the online dealers. And same thing. So the average premium at 8.4%, that was 505 over spot. That is slightly higher than the highest shop that we called today. The median, however, was slightly lower than the highest shop that we called today, but still higher than all but one shop. But the low premium at 5.3%, only 320 over spot, that was actually lower than 5 of the 7 shops that we called today. So we had 2, remember we had that one at +3, the one at +175. So this is much more in line. And what this is showing you, by the way, and look at this, by the way, another outlier high at 825 over spot. Which is way higher than all the shops. I mean, 820. There's a dealer, one of the ones that we track. This is all anonymous data, by the way. So, but 825 over spot is $3.25 higher than the highest local shop we called today. But what's really good is this shows you that if you take the time to shop around with online dealers, you can still find really good deals as well. So the beauty, like I'd said earlier, of online dealers is you can shop them from pretty much anywhere in the US. So you don't need a local coin shop. You might be rural. As long as you have access to an internet connection, you can actually get silver, at lower premiums if you take the time to look around. So if that doesn't show you, the visual representation with the local coin shops, the online dealer differences, if that doesn't show you the importance of shopping around, I don't think anything will. And here's the thing, I want to be very clear. If you have a local coin shop near you that charges a little bit more, but you want to support your local business, that's great. I 100% support that. If you have a online dealer that you are loyal to, that's awesome as well. Support them, even if they charge a little bit more, that's fine. But if you are somebody who is looking to get the absolute most silver that you can for the money that you have to spend, I think the visual representation alone showed you how important it is to shop around. I mean, with Silver Eagles, the difference between 2 and 6 ounces from one shop to the next that you don't get, that is crazy. So, definitely spend the time to look around and get the most that you can for your money. But really quick, guys, before we go, a couple of things. I want to say thank you so much for watching. That StackHeavy app that I showed you, the website also has Android and iOS apps. They're 100% free. They don't collect any data. They don't charge. You don't have to make an account. Just download them and take advantage of those tools if you want to support what I do. I would appreciate that. And also, don't forget to check down below and make sure you are subscribed. Over half of the people watching my channel right now are not subscribed yet. So that would be really great if you would check that. Other than that, thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Stack long, stack heavy, and we'll see you next time.